Hey everybody, my name is Angela Tippett. I'm a Scentsy SuperStar Director for Team Bloom and Stars, and today I wanted to share my story with you. So I've been a consultant for a little over 8 years. I joined in April of 2007 while we lived in Meridian, Idaho. My husband and I have been married for about 22 years, actually a little over, and um, we have three children. This is them now. But okay, so this is my oldest daughter, that's McKenna, and she's in college, and then me and my middle daughter, Madison, and my husband, Scott, and then my youngest son, Dalton. So my husband's worked in the grocery industry since we've been married a long time. And it seems like the big fish eat the little fish quite often when it comes to groceries. So we've lived in 6 different states due to the various jobs that my husband's had. And so when I joined, we lived in Meridian, Idaho, which I think I said. And anyway, shortly after I joined, Scott had lost his job, and so he was hired on with a company here in Cincinnati, and so we moved to Cincinnati. When we moved here, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody that was raised in Ohio. I didn't know anything about Ohio. But anyway, so we moved here. When we first moved here, I was very shy anyway, I'm an introvert. So doing big events, doing parties, things like that made me a little nervous. And so anyway, huge outside of my comfort zone to do that. But I went ahead and signed up for probably 8 or 9 different vendor events in fall of 2007. So after doing those events, I did have a few people join my team, and then, but I also thought, this isn't really going as I thought. I thought that I would be able to just jump right in. There were only a few consultants in all of Ohio when I joined, and I thought, man, this is going to be a piece of cake. I'll be able to have people join and hit director right away, but that wasn't really the case. So I had a few people join, but I decided to go to school to be a teacher. I thought, this will be a great opportunity. I'll get my teaching degree, and that's just what I decided that I wanted my goal to be. So anyway, I started to go to school, and then in let's see, the summer of 2008, we had the opportunity to go. I could go to Scentsy Convention, or Scentsy Family Reunion is what it's now called, or we could go on a small little family vacation, which that's really what I wanted to do, was go on a small little family vacation. And Scott said, my husband, he said, you have a small little team, and it would be so much better if you would take the money and go to convention. Like, your team needs to see you do that. So that's what I did. I jumped on a plane and went back to Boise and went to our little Scentsy convention out there. And from that convention, that was defining for me. That, for me, changed everything. And listening to Heidi tell us that she's the owner of Scentsy, and she really ingrained into me that we're all amazing and that we can do amazing things if we just set our minds to it, and how powerful we can be. And so I made the commitment to earn that first incentive trip. Well, for me, it was my first incentive trip. I wanted to go to Banff, Canada. And so I signed Heidi's book, and I made that commitment. And for me, I don't make promises lightly, but I promised that I was going to go to Banff. And so I came home and I worked really hard. And I actually, as soon as I got home, Scott and I went to lunch, and I said, I've got this goal. I really want to be a teacher, or I wanted to be a teacher. And that's what I've told our kids all along, is that I really wanted to go back to school and get my teaching degree. But now I have this paradigm shift, and I really want to build my business for the next 5 years. Let's just see how it goes for 5 years, because I've always heard that that's how long it takes to build a sustaining business, is 5 years. And so I thought, I'm going to put my heart and soul into this business for 5 years, and I'm going to see what I can accomplish in 5 years. And so, but I was concerned because I had these goals to be a teacher, and I was worried about what our kids were going to think and what they're going to say. And Scott said, Angela, it doesn't really matter what your goals are. What matters is that the kids see you happy and they see you trying to work towards a goal. It doesn't matter, goals can change, and that's fine. And so that's what I decided to do. I thought, you know, I'm going to go work this business for the next 4 to 5 years, and I want to see where it takes me, but I have to work it really hard. And so I joined a bunch of networking groups, and I talked to everybody, and I did parties, and you know, I just did everything, handed out scent samples like crazy. Okay, and mind you, I'm an introvert, so that was really difficult for me to do that. But I thought, I want this more than anything, because this right here, this was my why. These people right here, these are my people, and that was my why. And so I went full speed ahead, and I worked really hard. And in October of 2010, so just 2 years later, well, mind you, I did earn the trip to Banff, and that was the best trip ever. And my husband was able to go, and once he saw it, and he was just totally on board at that point. You know, he became 100% invested in my business, and now it's our business. And so we've had so much fun, and we have such a great team, and our whole thing was we never wanted to move again unless it was our idea. And so Scentsy has been able to do that. So in 2010, with my awesome team, I hit SuperStar director level, which is the top level in the company. And we've had some amazing trips, awesome, amazing trips. I don't know, I think we're up to 8 trips or something. But anyway, we've been all over. We've been to Canada, we've been to Hawaii, we've been to Punta Cana, we've been to Atlantis, we've been on cruises, and we've been just so many places, Cancun, Mexico, and seen so many great things, and we've made lifelong memories and awesome friends, and it's something that I wouldn't change, not for anything. Just some really great experiences. So for me, that was great. And then in 2012, and I share this because it's part of my story and why I keep on going. But so in 2012, I have my middle daughter is, sorry, I was looking down. My middle daughter is very vibrant, very active, and I'm getting ready to show you a picture. That's why I keep looking down. Okay, so this is my daughter, Madison, and this was Madison in 2012. And Madison was diagnosed with juvenile ovarian cancer. A junior granulosa cell tumor is what she had. And at the time, Madison was very involved in the drumline at school, and so she was devastated that she wasn't going to be able to continue out throughout the year to go to competition. She was right in the middle of doing all of her band stuff and in the middle of school, just getting started in her sophomore year. And so that was huge for her to have that happen. And, you know, we all have things happen in our lives and trials in our lives. And for us, like going to the oncology floor and seeing those little 4- and 5-year-olds on that floor, and the parents that had to, you know, they would come and visit a few hours in the daytime or in the evenings, and then they would have to leave because they'd have to go to work the next day. And for me, I was able to be with Madison 100% of the time when she was in the hospital. And so that for me sealed the deal, because I have some awesome team members that stepped up and helped with some of our events that we had, and they were able to just help with our team pages and with mentoring and all those things. And basically I had to take, you know, 6 months off while she was going through this. This was her right before she went in for her first round of chemo. The day before, actually, she had her port put in. And then I'm just going to show you a few more pictures. So during her 6 months, she decided that she wanted to serve. So she did a big Scentsy Buddy drive, and she made blankets with her friends. And that's her taking her medicine, which she absolutely hated. So she had to get her mindset wrapped around it every time. And then one more picture. And through the whole thing, like, she was just amazing. She was so positive. Those are her doctors right there. Anyway, so she was so super positive. Like, I love that picture of her because that's just her. She was happy and always thinking about other people, even in the middle of her own trials. But and she's actually doing great. Like I showed you before, this is a picture of our family, but this is Madison now, and she's getting ready to go to nursing school in the fall. It kind of changed her perspective on things, and so she wants to be able to give back. But why I shared that was because, you know, while we were on the oncology floor and there were these little babies there and parents had to leave, you know, they could come and be there for a few hours every day. And but I was able to be with Madison 100% of the time because that's what this business allowed me to do, to be able to be in the hospital with her when I needed to be. Okay, so she's doing great now, and I'm super excited for her and for her drive and her passion, and I'm grateful for all three of my kids. I'm grateful for my family, and I'm especially grateful for what this business has allowed me to do. And if I can do this business, I want you to know that you can do this business. The Scentsy business, the Scentsy opportunity is for everybody. And if you think that you can just join and, you know, that's going to be the end of it, like you're not going to have to do any work, you're wrong. And just because I joined in 2007, early 2007, doesn't mean that that it came easy. I still had to work. I still had to get out of my comfort zone. You know, you have to give it 4 to 5 years. You can't just join a business like this and expect that in a year later you're going to be at the top level. You have to work. You have to be willing to do what it takes. Get out of your comfort zone. Talk to people. This business, this direct selling industry, it's good for everybody. It's a great opportunity to be able to work from home and work around your own schedule and your family and what they have going on. What I really love about the Scentsy opportunity in particular is that it is willable. Did you know that this business is willable to your family? So when you build it and you have this legacy and you have this great team and you're building this residual income, that it can go to your family when you pass on. It's something that my husband and I have set up for our kids in our living will, is the opportunity to take over our business when we can't do it anymore. So just something to think about. Direct selling industry in general is just a great tool to use, but I love our Scentsy products. My customers, I have great customers, and the thing that's really wonderful is being able to build those relationships with them. I know their families. I see their trials, and we talk about their trials. When I call them and ask them, you know, I don't just call them and say, "Hey, do you need some products?" I call them and I say, you know, "Hey, it's Angela. How are you doing? You know, how's your family doing? How is Johnny doing? You know, I know he loves baseball. And by the way, did you know that we have these baseball warmers?" And so, you know, it's a great opportunity to be able to work your business on your own time, to be able to share with others the opportunity and know that you're helping others to work towards their goals. And that's what I'm all about, is goal setting and working this opportunity. And again, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm grateful for Heidi and Orville and their willingness to work super hard to make sure that we have every opportunity that we want to work towards our goals. And I'm grateful for them. And if you would like to know, if you want some more information on the Scentsy opportunity, you can go to my website at www.iamwickless.com, and I would be happy to send you more information on joining our team, on running your Scentsy business, on setting goals, whatever it means to you to be successful. I love mentoring my team. I love working with them. We have a great network. We have great events. We have a really fun Facebook page where we help one another and we work together to work towards our goals. So again, if you want any more information, my website